up, guys? Happy Sunday night. It's a thrill to have both of you back here on the show. Christopher Souza, welcome back, my liberal buddy. How you doing?
Doing really well. I've been on summer break for about a week, and I'm loving it.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome. I forget about that. With being a teacher and stuff, you get a few well-deserved weeks off, I guess, before you have to spin back up for the fall semester. And then Kyle Walton, how you doing, man? It's good to see you as well.
Thanks, buddy. I'm doing well. Thanks. Glad to be here. Back from vacation. Got caught up on the news here. A lot of interesting things been going on. The media, Fauci. We got more Clinton suicides. Suicides. Take
Yeah.
that for what it is. We got all sorts of stuff going on, man. Exciting to be here.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting things going on, both in the news and then in a certain person's personal life. So we got to say some congratulations here because they are in order for Chris. I saw this on social media, and then we talked about it just a few moments ago when we were putting the show together. But man, congratulations! We are so excited for you. Chris is becoming. And I love the Office reference there. But yeah, November 2021. She's coming, huh? That's gonna be great, man. So tell me, like, how do you feel? Are you nervous yet? Are you excited? Are you 20 different emotions at once? What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, absolutely. That last one, I'm super nervous, but also
Okay.
super excited. It will be our, first child, third if you include the cats, which we do, as you can see by that picture. So we're very excited.
Yeah, I love your cat. Cat's like, whoa, what have I got myself into? Um,
Yeah,
and that's how it
he
feels with dad too. Sometimes.
she's very jealous and very possessive. So we are very curious to see how it will go. But we're already pretty used to waking up in the middle of the night to deal with screaming creatures.
Yeah.
So that's some practice that we've gotten already. Thank
Yeah.
you, Lena.
Yeah, Lena's on, so she's watching, and she's excited for you too. Um, I will tell you, I actually just did a camping trip with a bunch of guys from my church, and most of us are dads, and we spent a lot of time just getting up, getting away, and talking about the challenge of fatherhood. Man, it's not easy. It's not easy to be a dad, and there's particular challenges for this day and age, which I'm sure you'll discover. Not the least of which is that in our society, most women are working part time or full time, and they want to maintain, careers and things and get back to work and all that stuff. And it's different than it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, most of human history. And so we do stuff as a family, and it's like, who's going to clean the house, right? And we end up like paying somebody for it so that we can, at least have time. So one of us isn't stuck there. It's just having to navigate a situation in which there is no like domestic engineer, right? Like, and so that
That's
you can
right.
actually have time for your kids. That's kind of where we're at. We have two kids, so our kids are 5 and 3. So it's been a little while since we were in your spot, but I remember it, man. I remember it, and I remember like reading those baby books. Man, that's crucial. That's
Yeah,
definitely
I just
recommended.
finished one today. I just finished one today, but if you have any advice to offer, I am all ears because I have no idea what I'm doing still.
Yeah, I'll send you something. I've got a couple that have really helped me, but the biggest thing, and you're a great guy and a very open minded person, and so I know you're going to do well because that's really like the main characteristic is when you're becoming a father is just be there and be willing to learn new things and be willing to support your significant other as she's going through this and she's going to say things and sometimes she's going to mean it, sometimes she'll forget she even said it. And just being there attentive and running out to get whatever she wants whenever she wants it, that is your job. And then being patient and supportive, I would say that's probably the biggest thing. Liberty or Death from YouTube says, "Don't be nervous. Just make sure they have defibrillators and the right blood type on hand." Yikes!
Yeah, that makes me more nervous, but thank you.
And then Jonathan, who's going to be on our next show, says, "Best baby book is Jimmy Fallon. Your baby's first word will be dada." I don't know. Have you heard that one? It's hilarious.
Not.
So it's a baby book. So it's the first book that you want to read to your kid, and every other word is like data. So that like your kid is getting it, and so that's going to be their first. Just how to ensure That's what they're going to say first. That's a good one. I mean, most of the baby books that I've read are like, "Hey, your life isn't over." Sometimes it feels like you've completely like lost control, but you know what? That's just part of those first years. I would tell you, Chris, my personal advice to you is, and I heard this from a running coach one time, is that there's essentially two parts of your life, and there is BC and AD, and it's before children and after diapers, because that part in the middle is just a complete blur. That's what she said, and that's totally been my experience too. Is you have this time right now to prepare and get ready and get your finances order. Once the kid is here, it's just like a tornado comes through, and it's not until they're like out of diapers that you're like, whoa, what just happened? So that's been my experience. You just hold on for the ride, man. But you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. You're gonna be a great father. I know it. So I'm
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, that's awesome, man. All right, so what we have been getting into recently is we have been doing a Second Amendment quiz, and this has been a whole lot of fun because not only are you trying to wrestle with all the knowledge required to be a new father, all kinds of life changes. Now you're having to wrestle with all of the knowledge associated with the Second Amendment, Chris. And I love how you're smashing through that liberal stereotype and showing us all your knowledge. You corrected me. You got 3 out of 5 on the last quiz, which is probably more credit than I gave you. I think you surprised both of me.
Hashtag stop the steal.
Good for you. Good for you. And so we've dedicated yet another photo in your honor. So don't forget about this guy from the Boondock Saints. You're starting to earn this mantle, I guess is what I'm saying. So very nice for you. And what we're going to do this time around is we're going to get into a little bit more of a focus on ATF classification. So Kyle has come up with 10 questions. And again, looks like we've got about 7 or 8 people who are watching live. So if you're watching this, help Chris out, okay? Because he definitely, he's getting better at this bit. I'm sure he would appreciate the help. Because this is confusing. Like, as I was putting this together based on what Kyle wrote, I was like, wow, I had no idea it was this confusing when it came to the classifications of gun types. So we'll see how well you do. You got 10 questions on this guy. So last time we did 5. So let's jump straight into it and get into some of these questions. All right. So I got the trivia music queued up. Here's our trivia music. And then
this is the thing. So let me hop in there. Yeah. So the reason I want to do this is just because, like you said, this is a really confusing topic, right? And the ATF is just at their own whim deciding what guns classified as what, and they are always changing the definition, make it very confusing for gun owners to be lawful citizens. In fact, they're making it almost impossible for most people to be lawful citizens because of the way they, arbitrate and change things just arbitrarily. So just don't overthink it. Just go with what your gut says, and that'll be the point of this thing.
All right, and I got Trump's going to help me out here to let you know if you get it wrong, and then I got the triangle if you get it right. All right, so let's get into our first question here. First question. According to ATF classifications, Chris, what you see, and I can expand the picture if you need to see it a little bit better, but this is A, pistol, B, a rifle, C, a shotgun, or D, none of the above. And you can see there in the small writing. Again, I'll expand it for you a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. This is 9mm barrel length for an action semi-automatic.
I want to say. I also want to say handgun.
All right, Liberty or Death is that their vote is A.
That's right. Don't overthink this one. Don't overthink
when
this one.
When I hear none of the above, it usually is a none of the above. I'm going to go with A, pistol.
All right. That is a smart choice. This is by far the easiest one that you have. So it gets harder from here. All right. That's right. So you got one. All right. 2.
Okay.
Again, you got to.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. These are softball. These are warm-up questions.
According to those ATF classifications, what you see there is with a caliber .223, 5.56, and a barrel length of 16, semi-automatic as well. This is a pistol, rifle, shotgun, or D. What are we thinking? And Kyle's already giving you a hint.
Okay. I'm gonna say none of the above. D.
Well, none of the above. Any help from the audience? Just seeing if we've got anybody else watching who wants to turn. I know there's like a 5-second delay from me broadcasting it. But yeah, you said fun. You want to go with D, huh? All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go with it.
Liberty Death. He's trying to help you out. He's saying B.
Oh. All right. Then I'm gonna go with B. Rifle.
You're okay. You're gonna listen to him. All right. Be glad that you did, because the right answer is
All right.
rifle. So,
all right, way to go, Chris. Yeah, don't overthink it. These are simple questions, right? So 9mm is a common handgun bullet. 223 5.56 common AR-15. That's the most common AR-15 M4 style rifle. So yeah, don't overthink these. Good to go. All right, now we're getting a little tricky here. Right. So this is that same handgun from the first slide, right? Same caliber, 9mm handgun caliber, same barrel length, 4 inches. All we've done is add just a little bit of piece of plastic behind it. So
the last part. What is it?
You can see it. According to ATF classifications, same options as before.
And what is it connected to?
It's connected to the frame. So in the back of the bottom of the handguard there is. Let me see if I can actually get out. There's just a little hole, and it just kind of drills right into that.
Okay. I'm gonna go with D this time. None of the above.
He's going with D. None of the above. Let's take a look at the answer here. That is correct. You are 3 for 3.
Right.
Good.
What is it classified as?
So this is actually classified as a short-barreled rifle, which is a specific type of rifle which requires an extensive background check, a $200 what's called a tax stamp, and an extensive waiting period. It's the same exact thing as the very first one. We've just added a little bit of plastic to it, and all of a sudden we've turned this thing into an illegal weapon to possess for the average citizen. And absolutely
that's your distinction right there, is that it's not considered a legal rifle, right?
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
That's right. So legal in that you have to go through an extensive amount of paperwork, a long background check, an extensive waiting period, and pay a $200 fine, tax stamp to get it.
Yeah. All right. 3 for 3. Now we're getting into question number 4. This is either A, pistol, B, a rifle, C, a short-barreled rifle, or D, none of the above.
I'm gonna say this is also classified as a short-barreled rifle.
All right. Any help from the audience?
All right. Well, it shoots the same bullet as the first one, same caliber, same barrel length, same action as the pistol and the short-barreled rifle. So we're going with short-barreled rifle on this one,
or a pistol.
or a pistol.
Which one do you think?
That would be the logical thing.
Then I'm gonna go. Well, but the ATF is not logical, as has been your central thesis here. So yeah, I agree with Lena that it is C, short-barreled rifle.
And Liberty Death says D. All right, short-barreled rifle. Let's take a look here. Let's see what the answer is for number 4.
Oh man,
wrong.
None of
all right, Trump is letting you know.
I got 3 out of 4. I'm keeping track this time.
So, this classification is called an any other weapon, or an AOW. So because this does not meet certain barrel length recommendations, anything like that, and has a foregrip, it is called an any other weapon. It is an illegal weapon to own, and all it is just a little plastic attachment. This is an unloaded handgun right here. All it is a little piece of plastic that comes right down there, and just like that, you become a felon by adding a little piece of plastic to an otherwise perfectly legal handgun. It's pretty wild.
Right. So it's basically like the ATF's miscellaneous pile of guns.
Sure, yeah, that's right.
That's a way to look at it. All right, moving on to number 5. So we're about halfway through. This is a pistol, a rifle, a short-barreled rifle, any other weapon that classification he just mentioned, or none of the above. So you got more options.
The confusing part on this is that this shoots a 9mm, which is again a typical handgun caliber, but it has a 16-inch barrel length. So, what is it?
I did not know this one, Chris, if it makes you any feel better. I was good
It
up until
does.
this one.
It's either a rifle or another AOW.
I was going to just circle all of them if it had been a test.
I said semi-automatic because we learned last week that everything is a semi-automatic.
Almost every. That's exactly right, Christopher. That's right.
I'm going to go with rifle.
See what we got as far as. So he is considering B. Any thoughts from Lena, Liberty, or Death?
Liberty or Death chimed in with a B.
Oh, he said B? Okay.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking? B? Let's take a look. And B is correct.
That's it. Way to go.
So you're at 4 out of 5. So you got an 80%. I'm very impressed. That's probably.
I don't
this is rock and roll.
Judging by their name alone, I feel like they probably know a lot about guns.
There you go. All right, number 6. So this one.
All right, so this shoots the same caliber bullet as the rifle from before, 223 5.56, very common AR-15 M4 style caliber bullet. So, but it has a shorter barrel length. This is a 12.5-inch barrel. So is this a rifle, a pistol, short-barreled rifle, any other weapon? What is it?
Sounds like a short-barreled rifle to me, based on the context clues that you just gave me.
Do you think D on this one?
No, I'm going to go with short-barreled rifle.
You said short-barrel rifle, right?
Yes, C.
All right, let's take a look, see what we got. And that is correct as
That's
well.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Chris is rocking and rolling. That's right. Yeah. So again, this is an NFA. This is an NFA item. It's subject to the National Firearms Act, which again, to possess this rifle, you have to go through a $200 tax stamp, an extended waiting period of 9 to about 15 months, and then go through extensive background checks. So that's how you possess this type of rifle. It's the exact same caliber, exact same everything as the rifle. The barrel is 3.5 inches shorter. That's it.
All right. We got one more picture and then just a couple questions at the end. What do you think this one is? A pistol, B, a rifle, C, a short-barreled rifle, D, any other weapon, or E, none of the above? Same options.
So this is the same caliber bullet and the same barrel length.
As the previous one?
As the previous one, yes, the short-barreled rifle. Yep.
So is there a reason it would not be a short-barreled rifle?
There is.
What would that reason be?
He's giving you all kinds of hints on this one.
All right, so flip back to that other picture if you can, Wes. Can you go to the one before?
Number 6.
Look at what would be considered the stock. So that area behind the handguard. So that has a stock on it. If you see, it's got a traditional, it's a Bravo company stock right there. And then if you go to the new one, Wes, the stock looks a little bit different because it's not actually a stock. It's technically a brace. Functions the exact same way. Designed to be used a little different. But otherwise, it's the exact same gun. Everything else about it is the exact same.
I want to say, because of the ATF's somewhat arbitrary classifications, this might be an AOW and any other weapon.
All right. Any thoughts?
I'm going to go with D.
Go with D. Lena, Liberty, let me know what you think. We'll see what your vote is on this.
I think Liberty or Death said C on this one, but
let's take a look here.
No.
It is
what?
Pistol.
This is a pistol, right? So
isn't that crazy?
Even though it shoots the exact same bullet as a short-barreled rifle, which is an NFA, has the same barrel length. In fact, everything from the receiver forward is the exact same as the short-barreled rifle. The NFA regulated item in front of it. This has what's called a pistol brace attached to it. It was designed actually for one-armed shooters coming back from Iraq who still wanted to shoot guns. It's designed actually to be wrapped around their hand to be shot one-handed. However, you can leave it like that, wrap it up with some Velcro like it is there, and you can shoot it the exact same way you would a stock. Put it right here on your chest. The ATF has said that was a perfectly fine thing to do. You can use it that way. But since they've become very popular, millions of these are in existence right now, the ATF is starting to push back on these quite a lot. So
you've gotten, 5 out of 7? But Chris, I feel like you get 100% because I believe he said the words arbitrary ATF classifications, which is
Right.
That's right.
underlying
That's right.
theme
You're
of
giving in. That's right. You're
question.
giving me what I want to hear. That's right.
Well, and I will only say that I agree with the ATF that I should be able to tell what kind of gun something is just by looking at it.
Right. I love this slide. I don't know where you got this from, Kyle, but this,
Yeah.
this looks like pre-calculus or something. Like,
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Breaks down the fully legal, but if you add just some kind of random stuff to it, it becomes a highly illegal weapon. Doesn't change the rate of fire, doesn't change the caliber, doesn't change the efficacy or the ease of use of the weapon. But just because these are random things people put on, they are automatically illegal. It's crazy.
Couple final questions here. This gets more into what I think we'll talk about, in our last episode on the Second Amendment.
Yeah, sure.
Next week. So just some things to think about. Is it legal to attach one of these foregrips to an AR pistol?
Actually, it is. So it is legal to attach one of those to an AR pistol. Yeah. And so that last gun that we saw was an AR pistol. So it's legal to attach one of these, but attaching the other one is a felony.
What do they do?
Which one is legal?
What do each of these do?
So these are just foregrips. They make the gun a little bit easier to control, especially if you have like accessories on it and things like that. Allows you to put one arm kind of out towards the front of the barrel and more easily maneuver the gun and get it on target. They're ostensibly the exact same thing, except one is at 90 degrees, one is at just off of 90 degrees.
Okay, I'm going to say the one just off of 90 degrees, which would be the one to my left, would be the one that is illegal.
All right, so you're saying that was the felony?
Yes.
That's like the one that's legal. Yeah, take a look.
So actually that is actually one legal. So one's at 90 degrees, the other one's at like 87.5 degrees. There is no difference to the efficacy of these things. But because of ATF regulations, putting one will make you a felon, and the other is perfectly legal to put on your pistol.
Which speaks to the gun law situation, right, that we're talking about. And then
exactly.
This one, what does AR stand for in AR-15?
Chris knows this one.
Well, I know what it's not, actually. I know it's not assault rifle, because I know that gun nerds get very, very angry when you say that it is, which is why I said that last week. I think it's Armalite rifle, because I don't know what an Armalite is.
There we go.
But American rifle sounds ridiculous.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. Good. That's awesome.
What is an Armalite? It sounds
Armalite is Armalite is the manufacturer. They're the ones who designed the original AR-10, which is what the AR-15 and the subsequent M4s were based on. Yeah, Armalite is just the manufacturer.
Final question, most controversial, I think. According to the CDC, about how many gun deaths are there in America per looking at from a couple years ago, 2019?
And hopefully we'll be able to break down some of these a little bit in the future.
39,000, 75,000, or is it 18 million?
Well, I believe that they do count suicides, as well as, accidents, murders, mass shootings, basically any kind of death that you can trace back to someone misusing a gun or anything like that.
Right.
The actual number, I'm going to say the CDC estimates 75,000.
Pretty close. Take a look here, but still
wrong.
Take a look at the actual answer here. It's 39,000. But again, you weren't that far off. That was a pretty decent guess because, like you said, this is all gun deaths, right, Kyle? You included suicides in this, which is, what is it, like 60, 70%, something like that?
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we'll be able to break these down in a coming episode. But yeah, at least 2/3 of those are suicide related. Of that remaining third, about 80% is gang related. And then beyond that, you have accidental deaths and things like that. And so really when you break down the numbers, the actual number of gun violence is actually really, 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 really low. Compared to other things, like 75,000 people died because of poisoning, right? 10,500 because of drunk driving. That's going to be way more than are killed via gun and non-gang related homicide. So, yeah, we're going to break that down, hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll talk about on the final episode, is kind of wrap this up in terms of what is, while we've been doing the game show, we've also, talked about the nuances and just the absolute absurdities at time of trying to classify different firearms, and how should that inform the discussion on the gun debate? And to me, and I think it's clear, like, the way Kyle's been talking, is that the extremes just, they don't work, right? Like, you've got to figure out, what you can and can't live with as a country. And when people paint in this extremist language on either side, it's just not helpful, and it really sounds ignorant, I mean, and I see it all over, the whole thing about, oh, guns kill people, they don't kill people. Well, which ones are you talking about? And what, are you talking about suicide? Because that's very different than someone like assaulting a person, so many different ways to look at this, and I think it gets missed a lot. So I appreciate Kyle putting all the work in, making those slides in the game show. So I believe your total points, I started to lose track there at the end, but I know you did well, Chris. I think
6 out of 10.
He's doing well.
6
Chris
out
is
of
doing
10.
great. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm going to put it on here so we can take a look at it in the future. So you got 6 out of 10, and then I believe you had 3 out of 5 last time. So not bad. I'm very impressed. And a couple of those, like I said, I got wrong when I took it myself. So I probably would have had, the same score, very close to it. So way to go. Really excited on that.
Is a D considered passing, or is this college rules?
I mean, I think he absorbed the lesson, Kyle. So I think you got to give him.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Absolutely.
You even showed your graph. So I say he passes. I'm proud of you, Chris. So thank you
Absolutely.
for indulging gun owners like ourselves in our nerddom. I guess that's what it is.
Right.
So anyway, thank you guys. It was a lot of fun. So Second Amendment stuff, we'll kind of wrap that up next episode, and then we're open to other topics that you want us to get into. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about. We're going to get into some critical race theory here in about 5 minutes on Conservatism on Tap. So I'll be excited to introduce that next. So if you want to give us about 2 or 3 minutes to get that set up, let us know your thoughts on that. And then to you guys, and get back here to Chris and Kyle. To you guys, again, congrats, Chris, on becoming a dad. That's what an amazing milestone, an exciting time in your life. And then Kyle, hope you feel better, man. I thank you for powering through this episode. I know right at full speed, but we hope you get some rest, and then we'll see you back next week. So,
all right, thanks, guys.
All right, see you guys later. Bye.